Okay, hi. I'll put some light into it.
We ready? Hey guys. Sorry to stick my armpit in your face. How is everybody doing? Today is Monday, May 13th. As we said before, this was going to be a two-part show, sort of. A tribute to our moms in the very beginning. We had several folks that sent us in pictures of their moms, sent us pictures with their moms and their children, because yesterday was Mother's Day. And then the second part of the show, we will be talking about Pedro's books, and he has two book signings, youth book events coming up very soon. One is this month. It is this weekend, this Sunday. So we're going to be talking about that too. So welcome to the show. Chris Spinner is in the house. Hey, Chris. Dee is here. Carol Montana. Carol. Listen, everyone I have the pleasure of working with in the acting world, the theater world, I hold very, very dear to my heart. I have learned so much from Carol Montana, who is a very well-known member of the Sullivan County community. She was on the show. We had her on the show, and she talked about her experience as an actress. She has been directing for many years with Big Sky Productions, and I have worked with Big Sky a few times, 3 times. I feel like we're coming up on 4 pretty soon. So Carol is very dear to my heart. Chris is now very dear to my heart. Cheers, Chris. And Dee and I have never met, but Dee is very dear to my heart as well. So that's how we do things. The internet and Facebook has really created a wonderful community, and it's easy for people to get to know each other. And even before I met Chris face to face, I felt like I knew her. And I was talking to my husband about her. I was like, "Oh yeah, Chris Spinner. She'll fill in for me on the show when I was out of town." And he said, "Do you know her?" I was like, "Yeah." So that's how it goes. The feeling is mutual. Oh, Dee, we love you too. So thank you guys to the folks that sent in photos of your moms, your children, etc. Chris, you don't know that you're going to be on the other side of the interview this time. And I'm going to be asking you lots of questions. Oh, and Chris, when you get that information about the products that the center is going to be selling, please send me that information. I love a good, as my husband would say, granola product. Granola. Remember you sent me that video one time because the guy was talking about how his wife used soap that was on a string in the shower, and it was like I don't know what you call it, but I call it hoity-toity. Hoity-toity. If anyone knows what hoity-toity means, type it into the comments, please.
Sure. So anyway, we have a few things coming up. And because it's Mother's Day, anyone could jump in and tell us what you did for Mother's Day. I haven't had time talking now.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Listen, you guys, let me tell you what I did for Mother's Day. I think it means uppity. We're gonna stick with granola because it's definitely not uppity. It's from the dirt of the earth, the granola, the all natural.
You're talking about granola bar?
The organic, not quite. Okay. Granola soap. We left Monticello Thursday evening. We went up to Long Island because we had a lot of competition.
Yes.
We had several sessions. So we went up Thursday, and that is where I spent my Mother's Day.
You know, and most of the time that's where Mother's Day is on the state meet. So I'm going to go on and start with that.
Yeah, you know, Mother's Day last year, the state meet was on Mother's Day, and also Layla graduated on Mother's Day last year, and you couldn't go to graduation because you were in Syracuse or Long Island for the state competition, and then I was at graduation. So we were a little bit everywhere. At least we were all together this year.
So this is what happened this weekend.
Let's show some.
This is
Amaya.
Of course, Amaya.
I call her Amaya Papaya because she is full of sass.
Yeah.
Papayas aren't full of sass.
That was the first competition on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
There they are.
That's a normal.
That's face. A normal face.
A normal smiling face.
And then we had on ball.
Wow, that's a great picture, and I don't even have any formal training.
And then this is Amaya.
Amaya.
And then we had the level 3s. First year competing, these girls.
The shortest one is our other Amaya.
Yeah.
We have Amaya B and Amaya M.
And they all had to start with an A.
And then that's Ariana on the end, the tallest one. And in the middle is Lizzie, who has a sister on the team named Izzy. There are our...
This is second year?
Yes, some of our other level 3s.
Right. And then they go again.
There they are. You're so funny. And those are our level 2s. Aww. That's Izzy, and then the taller one is Alessandra.
Yeah, so those are the ones. They were very happy that they got, more than one medal. And of course, I think I put this out of order, but so Mother's Day, I usually write something on Facebook. I didn't this year. But I think that Mother's Day is underrated because 1 year, 1 day, you don't stop being a mother the next day. So Mother's Day is every day. According to Australia, you do, because I got an email from them that said Father's Day gift ideas day. Yeah. Carol said for Mother's Day, Ken and I went to see our friend and colleague Carol McAdam in the Play Savannah Sipping Society in Goshen. Oh. Carol, yeah, I got that email and I was just like, oh, we're not going to be able to make it because it was just crazy. That is wonderful. Carol, how was the show? I know it had to be very hoity-toity. Savannah Sipping Society sounds like it would be a little uppity, like Southern ladies that lunch. Well, we call it in Spanish, we say finita. Finita. But also finita means that you got your nose up in the air, like an air of uppity. Yes. Mm-hmm. Uppity. Yeah. So I didn't know what that meant. I think I made up my own meaning. Oh, okay. What's your own meaning for that? For hoity-toity? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody that plays around? I don't know. But listen. So yeah, let's go into the Mother's Day, and this. Wait, hold on. Let me just pull up the messages because I want to make sure we get our moms, folks that sent us the names. Photos of their moms. I have something that was printed there. Did you move it? I did not move it. Oh, it's under there. Yeah. Okay. You see, you guys, I got blamed. I didn't blame you. I just asked him if you moved it. Okay, so this, okay. You got to lift that up a little bit. Oh my gosh, she's asking me for so much today, you guys. And we don't want to get the computer wet. That would be terrible. Okay, so I was... Is that watching full, sir? Move it forward. There we go. It's a moving Tweed Talk today. So we had, a couple of people that were our guests on the show, and we have some pictures from them. Let me see if I could find it. Okay, so we had Harvey Morris on the show. This is seeing his mom. Oh, Harvey sent you a picture of your mom? Him and his mom? Yeah. Awesome. Doesn't his mom look cool? This is what I want to know. I want Harvey to tell us the secret of youth that his mother has. Look at that.
I don't know.
Then we also
who do we have up next?
And okay, so this young lady we had on the show before.
Gina.
Yeah, we had on the show before, but I got to show you a clip of a video that she made, and then you could read what was that.
Should I read it first to intro it, or you want it after?
Yeah, so go ahead, read it first.
Read it first? Okay.
Yeah.
Dedicating this video to my beautiful mamachka, Victoria Schwartzman. She invited me to the world of art, and I never turned back. Art has healed my soul, gave me a purpose, and takes me on amazing adventures. This is the National Portrait Gallery in DC. Welcome to my fantastical world. That's amazing.
Isn't that fantastic, right?
That is amazing.
A very talented family. You know, we have both two older sisters. I'm eventually gonna get her mom in there.
I'm telling you, her mother. My left hamstring has never been right since her mother stretched me.
Yeah. So then we have our friend.
And I'm assuming mamachka means mother in Russian, right? They're Russian. Yeah, but you couldn't read mamachka?
No, I could. So we have our sister-in-law.
If you guys, if Chris is still on, Chris knows Carmen.
Okay.
Chris, that is Carmen's mother. Tell me they don't look like when my husband, when I sent him the picture, he was like, "Is that Carmen?" I'm like, "No, that's not Carmen." So her mom's name is Janet. That is her nana in the back. The one down front in the blue is Alyssa. The baby is Amber, and then Ashley has her eyes closed. Those are my nieces.
They can't see your finger pointing.
They can't? Well, I said in the blue.
Oh, okay. So this is.
And then she sent a collage as well. Look at that.
You know, she looks more like she's your real sister rather than a sister-in-law. She definitely looks like she's part of your family. She is Carmen. Yeah. Look at her. She looks like you a little bit.
Carmen isn't in any of those pictures, baby.
That's not Carmen right there?
That is not Carmen. That's Janet. That's her mother.
Get out of here.
Oh man.
Wow.
I should have reminded her to watch. That's her mother, Janet.
Wow. Look just like her. That is amazing.
Oh yeah. Like a spitting image.
Yeah. And then we have
Chris. Hold on. Anthony? Chris and Anthony? Yes. She also sent a picture of her mom, whose name is Mickey. Do we have that picture of Chris and her mom? Yeah.
No, we don't have it.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. I love the side eye. It's so cute. The weather looks amazing in that photo. It's just like a wonderful, like spring or summer evening.
She's definitely her mother.
Where you would be sipping mixed cocktails on the lanai. Let's show some comments. There's 6 comments.
6 comments. too bad we can't show the pictures on the.
Yeah, Chris and her mom looks just like her. And I just found out you're related to Carmen. Yeah. So Carmen is my brother's wife. Know? Yeah, my oldest brother's wife.
Yeah. Oh, she works there.
Mickey, yes. That's Chris and her mom, Mickey. Oh, we just lost mom in April. 95 years old. Wow. God bless. What an amazing life to live. Can you imagine how much she's seen? Over 95 years? I can't even. Wow. Chris, she must have told you some stories, honey. Okay, so here we have two legends in the community. Sari Rosenheck and her mom, Jean. So it's so funny because I sent Sari a message. I was like, hey, Sari. And Sari is always posting photos of her mom and her dad.
And that, yes.
Yes, and I love it. She said, my mom's name was Jean. Oh, and my son's name is Alec. And I knew that because
I think I knew Jean.
We talked about Alec before when we run into each other. And I said, Sari, I know your mother's name. Trust me. And I said, she's a legend, seriously. And she is. So Jean Rosenheck, and I had heard Jean's name for many, many years since I was a little girl, in just different community happenings, because she was just very involved. And then a few years ago, because I sat on the committee for the Hall of Distinction for the Monticello School District, and she was one of the honorees one year, and that is actually where I met Sari, and we never looked back, because Sari is now, if you're ever up at 3 o'clock in the morning, send a message to Sari, because she's probably up
to 3 o'clock.
But so funny. And
this is Sari. This is our
Sari. I'm gonna say that Sari has zero chill. You know what that means? That's what the young whippersnappers say. She's zero chill, and she won't take any crap off of anyone. But yes, Jean Rosenheck is a legend. We got another photo. We got a photo of Sari and her son Alec also. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, we showed that one. Look at those eyes. Look how big and bright those eyes are. And there's a photo. Oh my gosh. So that is Jean Rosenheck, and that's Sari as a little baby. No, not a baby, but she's a little girl. How cute is that?
Very cute.
Very cute.
And
okay, you guys. So if you know my family and my aunts, she looks just like them. This is my Aunt Linda, who has gone on, as many of our older relatives have, and she was one of the OGs. So Linda is my great aunt, so my mom's aunt. They were the OGs. And there is my cousin Jada throwing up the peace sign, and her mom, Linda, Aunt Linda. And let's show the one above it. That's a really good photo. I love it. There we go. Love that.
So now you are with
the two people that made me and mother. Angelica is the oldest, and Layla is the youngest child. Not so much a child anymore. So I like this one because we got to include, lots of people in one episode. So this was a special one.
Okay.
Show the one of you and your mom. Down. That's not you.
That's you and your mom.
I guess me and my mom only take pictures in church. There she is, mi madrastra, my mother-in-law. The one who gave birth and raised this fine, upstanding citizen of Sullivan County, Mr. Pedro Tweed. Oh, and so the little girl is Kayla. Obviously, this photo is old. Her father, Aurelio, and her mom, Cammie. Kayla will be coming on the show. When are we doing the show?
Sunday.
Sunday evening. And this is a special show because we are having Kayla on and our friend Lorenzo, and they're going to tell us about their transplant journey. And you guys better have your tissues ready because that one's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, there's a couple of shows coming up like that. And, okay, look at this one.
Oh my gosh, who is that, honey? Now, tell me who's in the picture.
Well, first of all, your mom looks like you there. And then with that face there, you look like Layla. And
really?
And for some reason, Linwood looks like Angelica.
Oh.
See?
Oh, I guess I can see that.
Because everybody, actually looks like
Nina. My sister, yeah. All the kids. It's so funny. We have this ongoing joke. Like we carry the kids, we have the kids, and they all come out looking like my sister. So
right, and they do look like that. Yeah. So yeah. So that's I hope you had a great Mother's Day. And again, I believe that it should be more than chocolate and flowers. I actually think it shouldn't be chocolate. Flowers.
But you don't get to pick the gifts that the moms want.
Yeah, but I agree with you on that because the symbolism of it is that's okay. That's what I was worried about before. That's okay. They'll survive. Anyway, now we're gonna move in. Last time we had Dario on.
Yes.
Right, and then we were trying to end up in a nice. So we got a CD.
Just came
we
in
ordered
the
CD immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Thank you a million. Love Dario, and he sent us a little note and said he thanks us for being such great friends.
Right. And one thing that I wanted to show last time, I don't know if he's watching, but you're watching, and some of the people that were watching the show watched. And I said, "Oh, I have something where you were actually singing."
You're gonna play something of me singing?
You really should stop avoiding her.
Oh, I'm not avoiding her. It's just with our schedules and all. It's just, but it's great to hear she's doing well. Here.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, Emily!
Oh my God!
I don't know if you recognize, but that was Dario and my wife singing on this movie. I forgot what the next movie was.
We have to send that to him. Yeah. So the funny thing about that film is that we were working background in the backwoods of Connecticut. I don't even know how we ended up getting that gig, but they weren't supposed to use our voices. But then they asked us to sing, and we were joking the other day, like, what if we couldn't sing?
Right.
So,
right.
It just happened to work out.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Why are you gonna play this next clip? I want to know what made you.
Well, because we also talked about acting, and it was too big to put it on a regular clip.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it came up that way. But anyway. We talked about your acting and what's coming up, and you have that movie that you just got.
Yeah.
Right?
And
I always say that if the producers or the directors see you on a live action when you're acting, they will have a different opinion than just giving you a couple of lines and say, read this. Because they can't see the range of your acting from just those little lines. Especially if you get something, because I know a couple of times when I'm rehearsing with you that I tell you, oh, do it this way, and everything is so fast now that they don't ask you to do it another way. So they don't know your range. They just, whatever you come in, and the old joke is, what's my motivation? Nobody's asking that anymore, what the motivation is. But if you know exactly what you want, then you could change the tone because you are actors. You're supposed to be able be flexible and change, but they don't give you that.
Right.
That
And it's very hard, like you said, because
Mhm.
they are seeing multiple people. But the one thing that I feel like if a director asks me to, okay, Crystal, we like the way you did it. If they ask you to do it a second way,
yeah.
and this is what the writer of
Yeah.
the book told me, and I said, oh wow, I
Yeah.
guess I'm so like into the audition that I don't
Yeah.
really pay attention
Mhm.
to what else is going
Well,
on. So
well, that's the thing, because you already have a feeling of what you want it to be like.
yeah, yeah.
But if what I'm saying is that if you have range, you could change,
Mhm.
because you know the whole argument with you know, you have to hire certain type now, you know, like Dominican hire Dominican, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. I think that is good, but I
Okay.
also at the same time, that's not acting.
Mm.
Okay. You know, if you have range, you should be able to play. I actually like people that non-Indian that could play the accent. That means that they're good actors, that they
Okay,
could
yeah.
transform themselves into something else.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody has that, if they're Indian and they're looking for an Indian, and you're good, then sure.
Yeah.
But I like people acting,
That are acting, yeah.
becoming something else, becoming something else.
Yeah, becoming something that they're not.
But if you close to what they're looking for the range, it's authentic. See, like if they ask me to play Dominican, yeah, I can play Dominican because it becomes more authentic. Like the film, I think the last film I did, I was the only one that wasn't authentic. I was the only one acting, but everybody else, you know, we're gonna have Brent eventually come on. Everybody else,
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know what you were talking about, but now you mentioned
Everybody else was not acting. They're actually being in jail, and they actually, as a matter of fact, when we were filming, they were in that jail.
So how did you act?
Well, you know, this is the way that I took it. I observed what they were doing.
You're a quick study. You're a quick study.
And I became one of them. To the point where they were asking me, so how many years did you do?
Like, listen, I'm just acting.
How long were you in? I said, yeah, about 5 years. As a matter of fact, I'm not out yet.
2 hours and 37 minutes I've been.
Anyway, but that's actually pretending to be something else. Okay, but you did a period piece, right?
Yeah, this one really.
Me and Marie.
Marie.
We watched it, and I saw the people in the audience crying. So I kind of felt good about it, because then I didn't want to be I was the only man there. My mom was there.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be the one crying, so I was holding back. Right? But this was a powerful. We're probably just going to play a little bit because, you know, it's long. But this is one of the ones that I was able to pull out. Okay.
This is, we're going to show a short clip from Pathway to the Ballot Box, which I performed on a historic Huguenot street 2 summers ago. And I played a freed slave. And the characters were local to the New Paltz area. So there was a young lady that was there from playing a Lenape, Native American, indigenous, and then I was playing a freed black slave. And this one was really touching, and this piece really touched my heart.
Yeah, so Eric, he was on a show.
Eric, hey.
A while ago. So we got to find out what he's up to so we could bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to play that, and then a little bit of it.
This purpose for me in this land. There are times when I desire to walk that road, ballot in my hand, delivering it to the ballot box, yet I stand here, arms stretched out, face fixed for smiling, with goodness on my lips. Ooh, going on 10 years now, letting them white folks see my humanity. Greetings and salutations. only a pack of dirt. That's how useless it is to me. Yet maybe no who's to stop me. Years ago, my husband was a voting man. Back then, your voice was your vote. Everybody knew who voted for who and what. He regaled me with broad tales of men fighting for their voice to be heard. It all ended. Too many Negro men on the voting floor. Laws on the books outlawed us to vote. You see those men carrying those ballots? They gotta say how the world gonna treat me and mine. My husband and me, we ain't got no say. Not one. I promise that ain't no time to shake our hand. But ain't so true without shaking our hand. But I just wanna get to the promised land. Let me fly. Now let me fly. Let me fly into the sky. Oh, Lord, let me fly. Now let me fly. Let me fly into the sky. Oh, Mr. Hasbrook, it's nice seeing you. My husband nearly there on fixing your timepiece. Oh, yes, of course, sir. Deliver your ballot. You think I should?
Yeah.
The mark on this paper is confirmation that my person is of that.
What did you answer? I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. So she helped tend to the voters that were coming, and they were dropping their ballots in the box, and there was a blank ballot she found on the ground. So she picked it up and she was like, should I, shouldn't I? And she asked the question, and my husband responded.
I think I was
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. That was great. That was that piece was really challenging.
Mm-hmm. Because you were going around the house talking with that accent.
You recorded me.
Yes, I recorded it.
And I was walking around in the living room, walking around or something like that, and he had his phone like facing the opposite direction, and he was like recording over his shoulder, and I was talking in that southern accent, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to be a good old poll. So she was taking everyone's poll, and in the end, did she?
She ended up voting.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Because I remember.
Based on real stories.
So, yes, based on real stories, real folks from the New Paltz area.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very interesting. But yeah, like I said, of course it was longer than that, but by the end, people that were watching ended up tearing up because it was you know the story that women weren't allowed to vote back then, and this was based on that.
Yeah,
real story, and look where we're at now.
Yeah. There were 7 different houses, and if you guys have ever been to historic Huguenot Street, you will know the setup. It's like 7 different homes. I was in a church. There was another lady that was in a home. She was a journalist at the time. She was a reporter. Then there was 6 other women. And Carol, pathway to the ballot box.
Yes.
Put that one on your radar because I would love to do that again.
That was awesome.
That monologue was about.
And plus, the lady that was the reporter, she wasn't allowed to work.
Yeah.
So she was going the surname of her husband. So again, back then, where women weren't allowed to do any of that stuff.
Montana Cooper? Montana something.
I don't remember, but yeah, Carol said we'll do.
We'll do.
While we're on it, Meek is another good one. Yes, that's another powerful one. That would be, and it's only three acts.
Yeah.
3 people.
Three. Yeah.
Three people. Yeah. That's it. But Meek, Yeah, so there you go. This is only a little taste. Eventually, what I'm going to do is put clips together so that then we could play the whole, no, not the whole thing, but
I spilled my
the
water,
better.
guys.
Yeah, very powerful. Powerful.
Yeah.
I like powerful things like that, you know. And then you did Neil Simon, but I didn't upload that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. And my husband has a tendency to introduce me to these old classic films. Like Neil Simon wasn't really on my radar.
He was on mine.
But I had done a Neil Simon piece a couple weeks ago, right
Mhm.
before I did the piece with Carol, the murder mystery.
Mhm.
And then last night you put on Prisoner on Second Avenue,
Right.
Neil Simon, and that's what I had just done a scene from that play,
Mhm.
and it was great because I was speaking the dialogue, the line.
Right. I wonder if you had seen that first, would you have done it different? I think the way you did it was great. So
I think I would have.
yeah.
I really, the way I came to a level of like fever pitch, I guess.
Right.
His wife never did that. Like
Yeah,
she never did that
Mhm.
in the film. But
No, but it was funny the way that you guys did it.
right.
And remember that the play is a little bit different than this.
Yeah, it was different, and I think for stage you
Yeah.
have to be a little bit.
Yeah, and you were projecting
because you can't be too, drawn in for the stage because you still have to project.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to sort of find a balance.
Oh yes.
Okay, so enough about me. I have some other stuff going on, but tonight is not about me. The rest of the show is about my husband.
No, it's about us. Always us. About us and our audience.
Well, I don't want to say anything about the other theater part that I booked because they haven't finished casting.
Okay.
So I don't want to make that announcement.
Okay. So I wrote 2 books.
He wrote 2 books.
I wrote this one, and I wrote this one, and it's a series of books. And there's another one that's coming out, but I'm gonna give it some time because, But anyway, one of the most touching things that happened with that book, they're short books, and they're supposed to be for kids and supposed to be inspiring. And the one thing that happened is that sometimes when you're writing something, you want to make an impact and you don't know what impact you're going to make. And when I went to the competition, I realized that even those little words that were there in that little book, one of the judges immediately, as soon as she got a chance to, went and bought all 3 of my books, not just these 2. And, you gotta be careful when you're at a competition.
Yes.
And how you communicate with the judge, because you don't want people to think that the reason your kids got good score was because because you were being friendly with the judge.
Because the judge bought your books.
Right. And as soon as I got there, this judge came up. Yeah. You gotta sign my book. So then I signed the book and I put something, you know how I am. I'm very honest about what I think and what I say. And this lady, I've known this lady since I started coaching. We had a girl on our team, Andrea Ledina. For those of you who are local, Andrea Ledina was the first one, this Button Ledina's daughter.
Where is he?
Oh, he retired. He probably has.
I know.
But anyway, I was very young, and we did a lot of crazy things. Like if I saw something on the Olympics, I would say we're doing that. Okay, so I taught Andrea and some of the other kids, and Rachel as well. Esukahara, and back then at that time there was only a few people doing it.
Was it only Olympians?
There was only a few people doing it. But what we didn't realize until after is that Andrea was the first one in the region doing it. Okay, um, so going back, we competed, and I went and I standing there, and I tell the judge, Julie, I said, she's gonna do souk.
Yeah.
And she goes, souk? So now remember that Andrea was the first one in the region to do it. So they never seen it in the region, okay? But they knew what it was. The judge said, souk? With a little bit of doubt in there. I said, and they said, say, yes, pike. So not only what she's going to do a souk, but she was going to do sukahara. Okay, pike position, which is more difficult. So of course, and then I remember her because, again, nobody in the region was doing it.
So she was the one that
she was the
questioned it.
No, she didn't question. Well, just like, oh, a souk, you know. And you know, some of the judges know that I joke around sometimes, but back then I wasn't joking around. And I didn't know too many people back then because you know we were brand new team. But anyway, that's when I met her, and I
that's so long ago.
So I told her the story because I didn't know if she remembered. But anyway, she's a very, very sweet lady, and she's fair. You know, if my kids don't do good, they don't do good.
Yeah, that's true.
But if they do great,
right?
Yeah,
then the score reflects that.
Right, and you know, there's a couple of times when we have some really good water, and sometimes you know,
sometimes where they didn't have the best day. But so I'm gonna promote what he's doing, you guys, because he's just terrible at promoting himself. And then I have to fight with him about something he posted on his Facebook page, and I want to know what it meant. Anyway, so the book signing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is the Sullivan County Youth Book Festival. It is open to the public. If you are local, please come by, stop by. If you have some children in your life and they love to read books, Pedro will be there. And he will be there among many other authors of children's books. So please come out, enjoy the day. People are always complaining there's nothing to do in Sullivan County. That's a lie. And, you know, you can, if you purchase the book, he will definitely sign the book for you. He will be giving out some bookmarks, also a little gift, and I think the kids will be able to win a prize or something. They'll get like a ticket when they come. So again, it's the Sullivan County Youth Book Festival. It is at the Ethelbert B. Crawford Public Library at 479 Broadway in Monticello, and it's from 10 to 3. 10 to 3. I'll put it right here. So, what made you, I want to talk about why you decided to go in this direction with writing the books, because you're always inspiring kids, but.
Okay, so every story that I write on the book are based on true story. And I call them reset. Because everybody talks about, I don't know what's happening to my throat, but everybody's talking about you got to set your mind.
Yeah.
But if you have a television and the cable goes out, usually when you call the cable company, they tell you, oh, you got to unplug and plug it in again, so you could reset. And what's happening today is that kids are mostly plugged into social media. Okay.
As so they plug comments.
Yeah. So they plug into social media, and they had to unplug.
Yep.
And reset their mind, because people tell me, you know, like, oh, mindset. Let me tell you, everybody has a mindset already. They come in that way, you know, and the mindset could be set by people around them. It could be set by the parents. And what I talk about is mostly, especially in this two books, is mind reset. how to reset your mind. What you gotta say to your kids, or ask questions so you could reset the mind and redirect it in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time, if you have to reset some kid's mind, it's because they're thinking the wrong thing. Thinking the wrong thing, and then you have to reset it and make him think a different way.
Yeah.
And you do that by asking questions. And in the books, that's what I do. I ask questions and then make the kid think for themselves. Now, both of those story, now like the first one, is based on a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And except the only difference is that the kid that was saying that was one of our other kids, one of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they didn't mean anything by it, but there's something that you could say when you're competing that you could throw the person completely off their game. No matter how happy they come in, you could say something. I remember I went to a competition with the boys, and a kid came over and he saw all boys warming up, and all boys were looking pretty good warming up.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy got scared, and he had to think of something to reset his mind, but reset his mind to something negative.
Wow.
So he went like this, and the kid name that I'm talking about, his name is Eddie. He passed away since, and he went like, Perseverance boy, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he went like this, and they go, not that commercial.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was trying to go like this to
Mm-hmm.
make Eddie feel bad about himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled him over and started talking to him. I didn't write anything of this, but I pulled him over.
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to him, and I said, because he was feeling bad.
Yeah.
I said, well, he goes another book. I'm just talking about it. So I pulled him to the side and I said, I want you to watch him and watch him do his routine. And then the guy started doing his routine. He said, Coach, he wasn't that good. I said, now you know why he made fun of you.
Mm.
Okay. So then with that, Eddie's mind was reset. Okay. So at the end of the day, Eddie did better than the guy. So from jealousy, people will point out, they will find something, and then if you agree with it, say, well, I'm a little bit fat. So therefore, that magnifies. Because if you feel like you're a little bit fat and somebody points it out,
Sure.
then you make it bigger in your head. Oh my God, everybody's seeing me, everybody's seeing me this way.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be doing gymnastics. You start asking yourself those questions. So you have to redirect those questions. And all my children's book is going to be about redirecting the mind. And the thing that I'm happy about is that one of our kids said that she reads this every night. So I thought she was just saying that to make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she started quoting the book, and then when we competed this weekend, something happened with the score. And it's funny because you said that this particular kid said she was very happy. But what she didn't know is that she quoted the book after she got that score. She got that 9, and she said, it's not the score that matters.
I would have cried if I heard her say that.
So when she said that, I just like opened my eyes. And the thing is that her attitude has been good lately. So actually the book is doing what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
And
this young lady, she said, she just kept saying this year, she's like, I just want to get a 9. I just want to get a 9, because she's been competing 2 years and she hasn't. And we didn't know that, because we have a lot of kids, and we're like, really, you haven't gotten a 9? And she said, no, I got like high 8s. So I said, okay, what score do you want to get? And she said the score. And so I told her, go get it. And when she did, it was the best tumbling I have seen her do.
Right.
And her routine was much, much cleaner than it usually is. And she had her mindset.
Right. She had her mindset of what she wanted. Now, I on the book, it's funny because the story is going that way, and I totally forgot. I totally forgot that And then when she started quoting, I said, oh,
Yeah.
oh. So, but she said she reads it every night. Okay.
That's awesome.
So I'm glad that helping so much, because you can be there talking to the kids all the time, but if they already have their mind reset to what they want, then that's it. That's it. Any questions, people?
I really like these books. They're nice and short, full of color. This is the cover that Facebook chose. We put this up as a vote. It was this cover, and then it was a red cover. And this is just really kid friendly, very inviting to the eyes. So this is the big winner. And when you flip open, Gymnastics Adventures of Coach Tweed, and the subtitle is "I'm Afraid."
Yeah, they didn't put it on the front, but
the pages inside, just the color aesthetic is just amazing. At the start of this season, my husband gets things in his mind, and he wants it done, and he doesn't plan it. Like, he does not plan it, and it drives me bonkers. And so he said, I was watching this, I was doing some research, and the experts say that the color yellow is very calming. I was like, oh, okay. He said, I'm going to paint the wall yellow. And I look at him like, gymnastics starts in 2 days. If you're going to paint that wall yellow, you better get it done. Like, do not leave it halfway painted. Look, I walked in the gym the next day, and he had like one small section that he needed to finish. He stayed at the gym all night and painted that wall yellow. And so when the kids came in, they were like, oh, it's yellow, it's yellow. And they were just really excited. And some people walked in and was like, was that wall always yellow? We were like, no.
Well, the thing is that it worked, didn't it, though?
It did.
Yeah, because there was a lot of hype. We were having some emotional problems. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's another thing, that there was a lot of things going on, and I'm not used to that. I wasn't used to that. Kids not going for the skill. They were terribly afraid. And although my wife said that I don't plan things, I actually plan things.
Just on very short notice.
But yes. when you read my other book, you'll understand that this is all yin and yang. She wants things done like that, and I have to go slow. So I have to do plan. The reason why I plan that way is because I have read about colors and things like that, and what it does. Like a Corvette, a red Corvette gets pulled over more than...
Can you imagine if you painted the wall red?
That would drive people bunker. And we have some red things in the gym. Okay? But I needed to offset that. So then yellow is coming. So then when I painted that wall where they start to tumble, and then maybe it was on my mind, but guess what? The kids that were having the mental problem, they were going for stuff right after I did it. It was right away. And I said, wow.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. No, I noticed. Not only did I notice it, but I pointed it out to the other coach and said, oh my God. Okay, now I'm going to have to paint the other part yellow, because those kids like a rubber band going back into.
They say, when you go to a film set, I see Ji Youngmin just came in. She knows this. If you're part of a scene, they typically ask you to bring pastel colors. If you know anything about pastel colors or a pastel palette, those colors have a tendency to be quite muted. They're muted, and you look at the color and you're like, oh, that's a pretty color. Like, this is the color. This is the tone you use. And like muted greens,
greens for healing,
muted yellows, like colors like that. That's okay. She said she was a little late, but so that makes complete sense. But that color, it complements the background.
Things are changing, because they used to know this. Like, for example, green supposed to be healing. Okay, now if you look in the past, like when my daughter was born, all the doctors used to wear like a green.
Oh, the
Yeah.
scrubs.
Yeah. They were all green. Now it's changing to blue and different color and flowers.
People
and
have
like
designs and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but back then they were all like almost universal. Where
maybe we should go
everybody
back to green.
Yeah, they should.
Doctors,
We need
go
some
back
healing.
to green. We need some healing.
So that, and then purple is the royal, like kings and queens. And we used to have a team that actually brought a colorist in, and they had the same leotard, but they all were different color matching to the skin.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had the same leotard, like let's say like when we had Tweed gymnastic, but the leotard would be the same, but the color of the leotard would be different, matching the person.
The person.
Yeah, so they had somebody that actually came in. We thought it was strange, but No,
I have to say, I guess I have always known that because of what I do, but when we went to Aruba, we came back. I had a tan, like my skin was visibly darker, and you guys will see that if you watch.
You should have seen us. We look exactly the same.
Or any pictures that I have posted shortly after the trip, and I put on like lime green a couple days later, but I had on a tannish brown short sleeve top, and the complement of it was amazing. And then I put a couple days later, I put on a lime green tank top, and the lime green just popped because of the tone of the skin. They really just like complemented each other.
Yeah, they say that my color is blue.
Hold on, don't move that. I'm just posting something else that's going on this weekend. You guys saying there's nothing going on in Sullivan County? There is. So I've mentioned before that I teach theater arts for Nesson Cultural Arts locally in Monticello. So I have a class of kids, and their recital is this Saturday at 2:00 at the old middle school. So please come out and join us. We are doing an excerpt of scene 2 from Where in the World is Princess Poppy?
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to be so good.
Guess what I just found out?
What'd you just find out?
I just found out that my sister that I only met once in my life is here in the United States. She's going to be up here on Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, only met her once in my life.
That's so crazy. Dorisa. She's going to be up here with her husband. Dorisa is a doctor, pediatric. She's So when I left the Dominican Republic, they weren't born. So I had 2 brothers and a sister that two of them I only met once, and then the other one I met twice, and that's it. That's so crazy how
right.
But life is a funny thing.
They found me.
They found you
because I didn't even know I had brothers and sisters. So they found me.
Well, your stepmother.
My stepmother.
Your stepmother obviously knew about you, and she's like, tú tienes un hermano en los Estados Unidos.
Yeah, it was funny because I think it was. I don't even know. I think it was MySpace or something.
Oh my God.
I think it was MySpace.
If you guys are here, you still remember MySpace.
And
she
sent me a picture. It was my sister. Sent me a picture, and then she told me, "And your sister." So it wasn't your
stepmother.
It wasn't my stepmother. No, it was her.
Did you think she was a creeper?
Well, I was wondering, like, what?
Who's this?
I mean, I knew she had the same last name, but then, because I wasn't told, until then.
That's crazy. That's another show.
That's a show in itself.
In
yes.
itself.
Yeah, that is so funny.
We should do a show. Right now. We should do a show on long lost siblings. How long do you think we'll need for that show?
Yeah, I don't know. We need a while.
We need more cowbell.
Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But those shows that are coming up are very important. Because there's also another friend that I contacted that she found out that she has cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And very successful. And this is her story is very compelling, but also the way that she's fighting through it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have her on.
It's amazing the resilience you find when you're faced with a situation like that. Literally a life and death situation. And as I said at the top of the show, you guys, this Sunday evening at 7 p.m. So Tweed Talks will not be Monday the 20th. It will not be Monday the 20th. Are my dates right? Yes, because today's the 13th. It will be Sunday, 7 p.m. And the reason why we're doing that is because one of our guests has lots of doctor's appointments and things like that he needs to go to. Lorenzo. Hey, Lorenzo. Ji Youngmin actually knows Lorenzo.
Oh, okay.
Very small world. So I don't know if you followed his story, Ji Young, but Lorenzo just recently had a heart transplant.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He sent out an email to some close friends, and like when I read it took me a day to tell you because I just needed to process it. And then my friend Kayla, who I used to babysit, her mom used to babysit, and she used to come over my house and hang out. She ended up in renal failure some time ago and has lupus, and she ended up getting a kidney. The same week, Lorenzo, you're right, Ji Young, you did say that the last time we were on. She ended up getting a kidney the same week, within a couple days of Lorenzo. It was crazy. It was during Holy Week. They are both going to be on the show on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Yeah, she met him on set. So again, that show is Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Please come back and join us, you guys. And have your tissues close by, right? Yeah. That's gonna be.
As I'm thinking about it, he's such a jovial person. He was on the show before, and I forgot what I said that actually made him cry.
He actually cried.
He actually cried on the show, and that was happy tears.
Happy tears. He was expressing his gratitude because
he
didn't
know what to expect. And
right.
Then you realize, oh my goodness.
When you reach a certain point in your life and you just everything seems like it's coming together, you get overwhelmed. And
he was going to be on Bravo.
Yeah.
What something chef?
Top
chef or something.
Amateur.
Which he won. Yeah.
Then
Epicurious.
He wrote his own cookbook.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's why we had him on, talking about his cookbook and the competition he was going to.
I was very good friends with Kayla's mother. And I used to, when I would leave the office during the day for my lunch break, I would go to her house and have coffee with her in the middle of the day. And
she called you mom for a little bit.
She did. She did. She's been through quite a bit over the past few years, and we just continue to keep them both in our prayers. And it's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize, I guess you realize how much you care about a person, unfortunately, when hard things start to happen. But we're such, I guess we try to stay in touch with everyone as much as we can and just express. So here, those of you that are still watching, if there is someone in your life that you've been meaning to reach out to them. I encourage you to do it today, even if it's just a text message. Hey, I was just thinking about you. That really goes a long way.
So we're gonna go out with
Let me fly. I'm just kidding.
we're gonna go out with Dario song again.
Love. What
A
about
different this one?
Love Has Won? Yeah.
Don't have one. Okay, because we all about love here. Okay, so we're going to close with that. Thank you for indulging us,
Yes.
and we'll see you on Sunday.
See you on
Love,
Sunday.
peace, and harmony.